Hello, welcome Paula. Hello everybody. How are you, my lovely?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course, I always love having you on. And hello everybody in the side chat. Hi Dyer, it's great to see you. I haven't seen you in a little while, so it's great to see you guys. Hi Lizzie. Hi Claudia. Yeah, you're all great. And obviously Paula's here as well. Right, Paula. Things are getting a little bit spicy, right? So I watched your video and I've got to say, I love you. Okay, so the video regarding Harry's interview when he was talking about the aid.
Oh, yes.
So I love you, you know, I love you, but
we can agree to disagree. That's fine.
Wholeheartedly disagree with you. I will go into it in a minute, but I know it's coming from Harry, yeah, and we don't like Harry, but I actually agree with everything he said. Oh, shock horror. Okay. You give me your version, and then I'll give you my version.
No, you tell me why. Why do you agree with him? Why do you agree with him?
Okay, regarding the aid. Yeah, so the aid. It is going in. It is going in. However, there is not as much aid as people think there is going in. Okay, and I've got all the kind of bits to sort of back that up. So listen, it's very close to my heart, the Palestinian plight. My kids, as you know, we're Muslim. We're not practicing Muslims. I'm not Muslim, but we come from that heritage. They come from that heritage. My son has a Palestinian name. Yeah. And I'm not saying that I'm pro either or either, but what I do know as a humanitarian, as a person that cares, the volume still remains significantly low. It doesn't meet the territory's humanitarian needs. So even while the ceasefire agreement took place, there is still on average around 400 trucks per day that enter, but they need at least 500 to 600 trucks daily for it to be sustainable. And I've got more kind of info on that, but I feel like as much as Harry is there for the wrong reasons, because he shouldn't be there as a political person, he shouldn't be there representing that, because that's not what the royals are meant to do. Personally, that's what I believe. And this is quite a polarized subject for a lot of people, isn't it? But in a sense, he is right when he talks about the aid entering Gaza. I believe so. The volume is still significantly below what it needs to be. Yes, there are question marks about him with the organization. Now, I don't know if you've got any evidence to back up that whether they are affiliated with Hamas or not. I don't know for definite about that. I can't seem to find that much information on that. But also there's also major obstacles involved with the government plans to cut off a lot of aid still. So I think there's 37 international aid groups that they're trying to cut off in Oxford, including Oxfam. I think there's another one. Where is it? And also there's been a lot of pushback with doctors entering, medical supplies. And then based on some of the most recent information, both areas they've got legal challenges facing aid when it comes to getting into the West Bank. And I think, let me just find out, they're pushing back. Bear with me a second. Oh, I can't find that information now. It's come off my thing. Yeah, sorry, I'll find that in a second. Sorry, but give me your take on that, Paula. Just give me a rundown of what you found out with regards to aid.
Well, first of all, I have been to Palestine.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah, part of my work. I went there. I left 4 days after before the UN little school, the children's school was bombed. I have been to Palestine. To my friend who he's on the ground right now over there with this embassy that they're doing some work. I'm not going to say which embassy or whatever. People don't understand that those tunnels, because they're doing everything to the tunnels and also through when they say open the corridors, right? There's only so much space you can get through. You know, it's like having two people try to get to the same place. You can't. There's only so much speed that they can do. People don't understand that these trucks are huge. I'm not saying that things are not bad, but they have, that thing is open for now. I know that in the past they've done horrible things. I do think that, of course, they should allow reporters. That is absolutely. And yes, the last, I don't want to say here because you might get demonetized. The last visit they did, they are heavily affiliated with Hamas. They were putting. I mean, I don't know if you want to show it, I can show it, but it might get you demonetized because they show the images. I have the clips where they show the images, and it's in their website. Okay, because it's great to be pro-Palestine is not the same as being pro-Hamas. Okay.
Oh, I'm definitely not pro-Hamas. No,
I'm making the distinction here because some people might say, "Oh, are you pro-Hamas?" No,
we're talking about the humanitarian aid. So what we're talking about is if you watch Paula's video, it was regarding the aid getting into.
No, my video is not about that. My video was not really about that. My video was about that Harry had triggered. My issue was that it took. I mean, only Harry could get the Palestinians and the Israeli to condemn him for his words, because one of the things that he should definitely not be getting involved in any political arena, least of all in the Middle East, least of all with Palestine and Israel, because he suspended aid to a women's group in Minnesota because they were Palestine and they painted something in a mural and the lady wrote something from the sea, from the river to the sea, which is not a terrorist thing. And then they canceled their aid. So to me, my video, it missed the mark because what I was trying to convey was that the hypocrisy of it all, and that the ambassador, the Palestinian ambassador, was right when he said, "You're a hypocrite because you have never supported us." And in fact, you canceled aid to a women's group that are Palestinian simply because she wrote that Palestine will be free from ocean to sea, from river to sea, or something like that. So, and then he allows Israeli veterans to compete in the Invictus Games. So, and they have never spoken. They have never helped. Now, that is the bad thing. So when you have two different government officials condemning you, because what the Israeli official said is absolutely spot on, and this is what I've been harping on my channel, that imbeciles like Harry and Meghan, they have, because the Israeli guy said, "You are a member of the British royal family." Harry and Meghan are still listed in the royal website.
Yeah.
With the titles, they didn't go to Jordon as Henry Charles Albert David Mountbatten Windsor and Mrs. Mountbatten Windsor. No, they were under the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The British ambassador welcomed them and praised and thanked them for their visit. And the dinner that it was hosted at night, it was Harry and Meghan. They're all lying because everything has backfired. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, because now they're trying to blame the ambassador. Why would they blame the ambassador? This visit was prepared months in advance. Okay, nobody crashes an ambassador's residence. I can tell you that. And Dr. Tedros would not risk angering. That the United States pulled out of the WHO. So they took a huge hit. Yeah. Guess who stepped up the aid the budget by 20%? The United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is one of the biggest owners. They just added 318 million pounds. That's over $500 million for the WHO. But for the interesting part is for vaccine.
Yes.
You see? So It's a lot of things that are pharmaceutical there. So there is zero way that Dr. Tedros is going to risk angering one of his very big donors by literally bringing two people to the British embassy who have trashed the fame and spat on the face of everybody in the United Kingdom, have called the British monarchy a colonialist, racist institution, have branded the entire United Kingdom as racist, horrible people. He's not going to do it. He's not going to risk that. And the ambassador, if he really, he had to notify the ambassador for security reasons alone. The day after they left, the day before, now that they've left, Iran was bombarded. There were two bombs that tried to hit Jordan, and they were stopped. So for security reasons alone, they would have been notified at the British embassy. And let's say Dr. Tedros decided to ignore every protocol he has learned in his job and risk losing that amount of money from the United Kingdom by inviting two people who haven't stopped criticizing the very same government that's helping them right now. Let's say that he forgot that. When he showed up at the door, at the gates, because the British embassy, the British ambassador's residence is heavily guarded. Okay, trust me, nobody, you can pitch up to the embassy and there's still security, but the residence, because it wasn't the private residence. Let's say the guard sees Dr. Tedros. Hey, Dr. Tedros, he's showing up here with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. What do we do? Immediately, the ambassador, the British ambassador should have said, I apologize, but you know what? For security reasons, we can't have him here. That would have been a great way to get out of it. Or simply say, you know, I need to consult with my government. Because as an ambassador, he wouldn't go rogue, just letting Harry and Meghan Markle in. And the thing is, like I said in my video, had he rejected or refused them entry, because this is not that there weren't any need, this is not that there was an emergency, this was a private party or reception that the British ambassador was hosting in his residence. So because if Harry and Meghan Markle hadn't been invited, and if he had rejected them, nobody would have known, because Harry and Meghan Markle would have never publicized that the British ambassador kicked them out or refused them entry. Yeah. You understand that?
Yeah.
So, and then he would have saved face, because Harry and Meghan, they're leaks, they're sellouts. They betray everybody. They betray everybody. They need desperately to get credibility. So what more credibility than to have the British ambassador earlier saying thank you to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for coming and joining, you know, like, and then
there is, go on, carry on. Sorry.
So of course that was planned. That was planned. Security alone, that was planned. You know?
So with his speech, I actually, and I just because you don't like someone doesn't mean that they're not right.
No. I'm not just saying no. But he's wrong. He's wrong, sweetie. He's wrong. He shouldn't have said the corridors should be open, because they are open.
They're open, but what he's
it doesn't matter. But he shouldn't be said. But you see, you have to be very careful with how you say things.
Yes, you're right, because he's been very clumsy with what he said.
But this is why, Victoria. This is why I'm trying to. This is the message of my video yesterday. That you have to be very careful, especially when you have different cultural differences, and one word can literally lead you to war.
It can. And you're correct, actually, and you're right. And he shouldn't be there saying what he is saying, because he hasn't got all the facts. He's not giving out the correct information.
You know what he based? Do you know what he based his perception on? Because somebody from the World Central Kitchen, he had a link call with somebody in the World Central Kitchen. Now, the World Central Kitchen is run by Jose Andres, somebody who's incredibly shady. He went to Ukraine. He was pictured next to the guy who tried to shoot Trump. This guy is shady as hell. The World Central Kitchen has had real problems with transporting of minors and some other really shady stuff, right? And the people, the last event that they did, that organization is pro-Hamas, not pro-Palestinian. That's a big difference, because they have these terrorists and they have these things and they have people, how to kill this. It is horrible. And again, he should have never spoken, because this is what Israel, and I'm not pro-Israel, and I am pro-Palestine, by the way. But the Israeli ambassador was right. He said, facts matter. No, words matter, but facts matter most. Did you know what he said? I can read you. I can read you both.
And actually, what I agree with you, because he said the corridors are closed, that is not correct. But what he is right about is that there isn't enough aid going in. But he needed to be more specific with what he was saying. He needed to relay the facts. Because
my friend who's there, my friend is there right now.
Yeah.
He didn't leave right now after the attacks.
Yeah.
The aid is getting through, and they're getting almost 8 times more than what they're supposed to be. You're getting a lot of, I am giving you the info from the ground. And my friend is a radical pro-Palestinian person, okay? And I can tell you that they're getting the aid, they're getting the aid as fast as they can get it through the space that they can get it, because they also don't have hundreds of thousands of trucks. Those trucks have to go, dump everything, drop everything, and then haul back, put the food back on. There's only so much speed that you can do it.
What I've heard is that Israeli authorities are ordering the groups to renew registrations by supplying personal details of Palestine staff, which is holding up aid as well. So they're trying to make it very difficult. Even though the trucks are going in, doesn't necessarily mean the food's getting there or the necessities are getting there. I think there is a lot of, the problem is we've got, Paula, is we're both getting a lot of different information, and we're not.
I'm getting information from somebody who's on the ground.
Okay.
I'm not getting it. I'm getting it from my friend who's there, because that's actually one of his main jobs, is to coordinate the aid from his country, because his country is one of the biggest donors there. So he is there on the ground. But, it's like if you get a truck, you don't have big machines. You still have to put things, because some things are very fragile. You still have to load them. You have to unload them. There's an X, Y, and Z. I'm not making any excuses, but we don't know. And this is the thing.
We don't know.
Harry doesn't know. Harry had a conversation with somebody on a video link from the World Central Kitchen. Not even from somebody, not even from a government member or watching, because it would have been different. So I saw via link how the trucks are not going in or whatever, that would have hold water. But the fact that he said, I had a conversation with that World Central Kitchen, and this, first of all, the World Central Kitchen is a very shady organization. Okay. I don't even know why Prince William has named Jose Andres as one of his ambassadors. And I have criticized him heavily for that, because I am sure there's thousands of chefs, British ones, that could be ambassadors of the Earthshot Prize, and not this guy, Jose Andres. That's another link to Harry and Meghan. Harry's words were ill.
They were clumsy.
They were not clumsy. They were absolutely irresponsible, because now he's coming.
Being polite.
You know what he even says? He even says that, the problem has been going on for decades. He doesn't even know how long the problem has been going on. And him and Meghan have this horrible habit that once the problem is sorted out, they come and pretend that they're the ones who sorted it by them showing up and shining a light.
Yes.
There's already a very frail, this is what I said in my video, there's already a very frail peace treaty, that is allowing aid in. Yes. And what he did with his words, he made everybody angry, because he's a hypocrite. Him and Meghan Markle are hypocrites. They have never spoken out in favor of pro-Palestine. No, they went there because they got paid a lot of money by the WHO, because this money was funneled, in my humble opinion, by the UK government. Charles is very good friends with Dr. Tedros, and Dr. Tedros was horribly criticized because of what he did during the cholera pandemic. That guy is shady as hell. That guy is shady as hell. You know, and I don't understand why people are.
So there's still choleras from January. It's still a massive outbreak in Southern Africa, where I think Mozambique is the hardest hit, isn't it?
Let me read you.
Outbreak in a decade. And then again, more displaced populations. And my point being is that Harry's premise was right. The way he's talking, I understand what he's saying, and I completely understand what he's trying to convey, but he hasn't given the correct information. And actually, you're right, Paula, if you can't say everything's closed down. But what I don't agree with you, Paula, with is that I don't believe that there is enough aid going in at all, because of what I've been researching for quite a while. It's been on and off. And what I don't trust is what is happening with the cut-offs, and they have to keep
I understand that, Victoria. We may disagree on how much aid is going in. But with Harry's words, he could make it that it gets shut down completely. Do you understand that?
Yeah, no, I do. And I
you understand that. This is what I said yesterday. All it would take is for the Israeli to be very angry about this and see this as a ploy by the WHO and Palestine to really rub it in. And by the way, by being Prince Harry, they literally associated the royal family to this. Okay, let me read. I'm going to read you both statements, one from the Israeli people and the other one from the Palestinian. Okay,
go for it.
This is what the Israeli said. Prince Harry, with all due respect, before using your global platform to level accusations against Israel, I would suggest a very simple step. Come and see for yourself. I personally invite you to visit the humanitarian corridor and witness firsthand how aid is coordinated and delivered, because he doesn't know. He's talking about corridors. You know what I mean? You're welcome to speak. Excuse me. You're welcome to speak directly with the British general serving at the CMCC Center, the British representative who acts as deputy commander alongside the American forces overseeing the movement of humanitarian goods. He will tell you clearly the corridors are open and thousands of trucks are entering every day, which is absolutely true. My friend is there. I don't care what the news is saying. I can tell you because my friend is there. It is deeply disappointing. I don't go by mainstream media, right? If I didn't have my friend, I would. If I didn't have my friend feeding me this,
that area because of family. But carry on.
If I didn't have my friend there, I would go with what the media says, right? But I have my friend, and I said, "Are you sure?" And it's like, "Yeah, I am here. We just don't have enough time. There's only so much we can do, and like with the people we have and the trucks that we have, there's only, and then you have to load and unload." So, and then the car has to go back. You know what I mean? People just think, oh, the food is going to beam it up to Palestine. It doesn't work that way. It is deeply disappointing to see influential figures amplify claims without verifying them. Spot on. With the reach and authority you carry as a member of the British royal family, words matter. Facts matter even more. Frankly, repeating demonstrably false narratives raises serious questions. And one might say that if your trousers were on fire, you might not even notice. So, liar, liar, pants on fire, pretty much. That is how detached these claims are from reality. The invitation stands. Come, see. Of course, he's not going to go because he's a coward. Come, see. Speak to those on the ground, then judge. Israeli Deputy Foreign Minister Sharon Haskell. Okay? Everything this person said is spot on. Okay? Because literally, he went on, and this guy, and this is the thing that people don't understand, that I've always said, that this is why Charles needs to remove their titles. Because if it were Henry Charles Albert David Mountbatten Windsor, going by that name, even if it's the king's son, but you know what? It's not the Duke of Sussex, who is still placed in the British monarchy's website. That's a very, very different animal when you have that. And I don't understand why. And this is what the Palestinian ambassador said. I am sad to see that our sick children are being used as props for celebrities in the middle of a full-blown public relations operation, when those same people completely ignored our suffering during the worst moments of the genocidal war in Gaza. Let us remember that Prince Harry has always refused to hear the calls to boycott the Israeli team at his famous Invictus Games dedicated to wounded veterans. Okay, so this is what I said. This man, I can guarantee you that if the king said tomorrow, only working members of the British monarchy can use titles, and that way he gets rid of Beatrice and Eugenie and Harry's titles, that's it. All the commercials and all these little visits will dry up. and it wouldn't carry the same impact.
So do you think they will?
Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, still in the British, people don't understand. And this is why I said to you guys, people are very glib at things. I have worked in this. I can tell you that I have seen negotiations completely disintegrate with one word. It went everything because of the disrespect, because especially in the Middle East, it's a very cultural thing. It's everything about honor and this and that, right? So Harry meddles, and then he's talking about basic needs. This man doesn't even know how to wipe his own ass, Victoria. Everything he said was not based on anything he saw. Oh, I had a link call with the World Central Kitchen, a shady organization, and yeah, they should open the corridors. Yeah, the world's been watching. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Whatever aid is getting in, he jeopardized it with that.
But you see because he's a bit dim, what he's trying to convey, and the premise that he's trying to convey is correct, I believe. What he's trying to say is that there is limited aid. He should have been more careful with his wording, 100%, because there is still issues there with aid. There is still still a lack of medicine going through. There's only 400 trucks going through when there should be up to 600 to support the Gazan people. And also, there is still talk of malnutrition and famine, which, again, I know that, as history has told us, that has been happening. I think his words were lazy. I think he doesn't know enough about the situation. And the problem is that, like you said, it is going to inflame tensions once more, because he isn't a politician. He is just somebody that really is just going for his own gain. All he's doing is he's going there to be seen and actually kind of look like he cares and he has empathy and he has compassion, when really and truly he doesn't know enough to talk on it. I mean, do you agree with that, Paula?
He shouldn't have talked about it at all, because it's not his place to do that. It took years, comings and goings, for diplomats, highly skilled diplomats, to get this.
Yeah.
And it pretty much, he erased years of work. Yeah. Because unfortunately, his platform, thanks to who his family is huge. This is what I keep telling you, that this is why they're dangerous. Okay?
Yeah. Politically,
and I don't know.
And to be fair, us talking about politics again, then this is why this is, and you're right, Mary. This is a dangerous territory to be talking about, because even I don't know loads about politics. I am literally,
no, this is not about politics. No.
It is, don't because it's political when it comes to
no, Victoria. Don't look at it as politics. No, when you throw anything, it's political. This is not political, because we're talking about Harry and Meghan having access to a huge platform and blabbing about things. It doesn't matter what the topic is. They get huge. They have an automatic huge platform of whatever, mental health, whatever we want to talk about. Do not politicize what we're talking about. Please do not politicize. This is not political. We're not talking about whether you're pro-Israel or we're not talking about that.
No, we're not talking about that. But I just want to address a real quick comment here. Paula, Victoria, Islam hates women. Do you know what? It's not like that. If you read the Quran and if you follow it properly, and it's not a cultural based thing, so I'm not going to get into the cultures and the different fragments and what have you, and the extremism that we get out here and wherever. If you follow it the way it should be followed, actually Islam isn't meant to hate women. Actually, any religion isn't meant to hate women at all. If you are following it by the scripture, then it is actually a love of women. It's unfortunately some cultures take it in a different direction, but that is all I'm going to say on the matter. But yes, I didn't want to go into this, to be honest with you.
The thing is though, you see, this is how people shut down communication. This is how people shut down conversation, by claiming it's political. It is not political. We're not talking about what political stance you are. We're talking about the danger of having Harry go in and talking about any topic, especially these kinds of things. And this is where we're getting a political and diplomatic incident right now. And this is the danger I've been talking about in my channel. And now you have that. And now what the UK government saying, oh, we didn't know the poor ambassador had to allow them in. No, he didn't. He knew that Harry and Meghan were there. Everything was prepared. They're trying to gaslight the public. So, and then this shady Dr. Tedros. And this is the thing, that they insert two imbeciles into situations that are highly volatile. And these are the consequences.
It's not somewhere that they should have gone at all, because I think this really is such a divisive conversation, and it's very heated, and I think it really triggers people when we talk about this situation in Gaza and Israel.
I don't know. You know what? This is getting frustrating to me, Victoria, because I'm not talking about Israel or Gaza.
I know you're not. No, I know.
I'm talking about Harry meddling into some place that he shouldn't have meddled.
Exactly what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
That's because I see some comments. Oh, she's gonna get you. I'm not talking about politics.
No. The channel's not going to get shut down because I'm not being extreme with anything I'm saying. I don't think we are being extreme with anything we're saying. We're trying to look at both sides of the coin here.
I mean, to me, it's not even about Israel or Palestine. To me, that's not and this is, I guess I missed the mark with my video, because I was trying to say with my video that Harry will get people killed because he inserts himself in mental health.
Yes.
Or he went to this drug addict place. Oh, it's okay to be a drug addict. This is a self-professed drug addict who went and is doing the rounds in the United States advocating for the use of drugs to very vulnerable youth. When he went with Dr. Gabor Mate, oh, I prefer this. Oh, I did the white powder, but I really didn't like it. I tried the LSD one. So, I settled. I mean, it is insanity that this man is still in the United States after admitting he's doing drugs, because that is a kickable. He shouldn't have even been allowed in, right? So to me, this is not about, oh my God, you're no. This is about the fact that this is the problem with Harry and Meghan, because they do have a title. They don't know anything. And you know what's worse? He does not have a good background on anything. He bought himself the Pat Tillman Award in spite of the fact that the mother of the killed soldier didn't want him to have the award.
Yeah.
The honorable thing for him would, because Harry and Meghan are only filling up their CV, their resume. They're only collecting awards. They're not like Princess Diana, for example. Princess Diana was a dedicated humanitarian.
Yeah.
She had a good track record with that. Harry and Meghan don't.
No, they don't have a good track record with that. And like you say, the 2-day tour was that, moving away from that slightly, was it due to the fact that the royals wanted them to go out there? Because I hear that they're in cahoots with the royals.
I believe that the royals are deploying. I believe that King Charles is deploying Harry and Meghan to do the dirty work. This is just my very personal opinion. To do the dirty work. And then when Harry and Meghan do the dirty work, because the UK unofficially show complete support to a pro-Hamas organization.
And that's where that's wrong. If it is a pro-Hamas organization, they shouldn't be affiliated with that whatsoever. That is crazy. And so why are they not doing their research and their due diligence?
Because that was the aim.
Due diligence. Sorry,
to me, that was the aim. To me, that was the aim.
Yes.
To offer support to a pro-Hamas thing. That's what I think we're looking at. But at the same time, they can say, oh, well, we have nothing to do with it because, we didn't send them officially. You know what I mean, Victoria?
Yeah. So, that's true. But then, I mean, is this, I always thought this was kind of to shy away from the fact and to take the limelight off of what's going on with Randy Andy and his arrest. And it's now we're all talking about this faux royal tour rather than concentrating on the bigger picture we've got a potential, PDF file prints. And I know that's not what he's been arrested for, but I'm pretty sure in the Epstein files, if you've looked and you've researched, you've seen a lot of stuff on that. So what is the situation? Why has this happened 18 months after their last faux royal tour in Colombia? Why has it been such a long time?
Because they needed to deploy them right now. Just see that how on time. They must have had intelligence. The UK government must have known that Trump was going to attack Iran, and that Iran was going to counterattack, because Harry and Meghan hauled ass the day before. So make no mistake that this was planned, that this was from the government. Okay, this was planned. And this is a way for the UK to seem like they support Israel, but at the same time, Harry and Meghan are advocating for Palestine, and the last engagement was with a very pro-Hamas, organization. It's like, and they vet these things, by the way. They vet these things. Okay, the WHO would have vetted this, because they're the ones who officially arranged this thing. So they would have vetted, because they know this is not their first rodeo. You know what I mean? It's like the Jordanian royal family. People are happy. Oh, it was only the aunt and the cousin. But they met with royalty. And they even got a gift in a bag with a crown.
So they did meet with royalty in the end, because the Jordanian.
Oh yeah. They met with the king's aunt. They met with the king's aunt and cousin. Yeah. And they got gifts. They showed up with a big bag of, I wonder if there were diamonds in there,
Yeah, I mean, this is another thing that I was wanting to touch on, because
I want to show you something if you want. I'm going to show you something if you want to see this, so we can show, because I don't like just to say
something about going to Jordan as well. Princess Catherine, that's kind of somewhere that she's got a lot of deep rooted.
Oh, in Jordan, yes. Oh my God! And I have a video coming up tomorrow.
Yes, I've touched on this prior to this video, but it's very odd that she's engulfed herself in something that Princess Catherine is very, very much attached to. She grew up there for 3 years. She's very it's like a second home to her. And I wonder, is this also another way to rile up Prince William and Princess Catherine?
That guy's so hot.
Yeah.
No, but I have a video coming tomorrow, Victoria. Oh my God. I am like blown away. But anyway,
is it about Princess Catherine being in Jordan?
No, it's about Meghan and Yacht. Meghan and Yacht. But show this thing. I'm going to show you this. Okay, this is a lady here. Okay, we're going to hear what she has to say, okay?
Prince Harry and Meghan took a trip to Jordan this week, hosted by the World Health Organization. They visited a refugee camp, had meetings with representatives from the UN and WHO, but it was their last visit, a youth center operated by a Jordanian NGO that raised eyebrows. The NGO called Quesco presents itself as a youth-focused humanitarian organization in Jordan, but a quick look into the social media of their staff paints a very different picture. Hamas propaganda videos, graphics celebrating rocket attacks from Gaza, imagery showing Jerusalem as the capital of Palestine and erasing Israel altogether, pictures of masked Hamas terrorists, posts with extremist messaging. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, has built her entire brand on advocating for women's rights and dignity.
If things are wrong and there is a lack of justice and there's an inequality, then someone needs to say something. And why not me?
Then why is she visiting and promoting a charity linked to terrorist supporters? Individuals who support the atrocities Hamas committed against Israelis, including sexual violence against women of all ages on October 7th. If the Sussexes believe this visit was purely humanitarian, they owe the public an explanation and a promise to do better vetting next time. Supporting Palestinian civilians is legitimate, but supporting organizations whose staff glorify terrorists is not.
Yeah, and you're right. So this doesn't align with her supporting women in any way, shape, or form, because Hamas do not treat women well whatsoever. So this is not. Again, it doesn't align with her business ventures, meant to be her moral compass. None of that aligns with what she's meant to be projecting and what she's meant to be doing with her time. So you're right. Are they that stupid and they haven't researched it, or they just don't care?
Okay, they want to see the Meghan Markle. Not only that, Meghan Markle sat herself in the center between the aunt and the princess. There, the princess and her daughter. Harry was sat all the way. I'm going to share this because people are asking to see Meghan Markle with the royals, right?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, and
well,
Lizzie, I'm going to try and make you a mod. 2 seconds, my darling, because I can't do it on the computer. Absolute legend.
So
we've got it on, then I'll pop it up. Sorry, there we go.
Okay, so here we go, guys. This is directly from them. Okay, this is hosted by Her Royal Highness Princess Basma bint Alal. Dr. Tedros visited the whatever alongside Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. This is the princess right here, and her daughter. You know, this is them there. You can see that, and here's Meghan's sat in the center. This is the prince, not even the princess is sat in the center. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
it's like,
do you know what? Initially, so I'm glad that you found the picture, Paula, because I'd heard that they hadn't met the Jordanian royal family whatsoever. So it's interesting, but they're not. This is just kind of like the dregs. This is like not the dregs. That's a terrible thing to say. But you know what I mean. They're not the important royals. So they've kind of got.
It doesn't really matter. Now, this is what people don't understand. The Jordanian family put a statement saying that there were no scheduled meetings. Listen, that is an important word that didn't need to be there.
You're right.
Because that means that they met out of schedule. Because I know, because I worked with these guys, and the reason why you say they refused to put a statement saying we'd never met with them. The royal family didn't have time to meet them. They didn't meet them. No, there were no scheduled meetings, but I'm sure that met after.
Yeah, and you're right. There were no, because I think it was an impromptu visit. Well, I think
it wasn't an impromptu visit. That's another thing that you have to correct with people. I work with this. There is zero, and I mean zero chance that this visit was arranged. This visit was at least arranged 2-3 months in advance. Security alone. Security for international trips like this for royals, and Harry and Meghan were treated like royals. You saw the security they had with them.
Yeah.
Okay. So this visit.
Don't you think though? Do you not think that this trip was moved forward? Because if you look at this, the timing can't be a coincidence that this has just happened after Andy's been arrested.
No,
it seems a bit strange, don't you think?
No.
Time it any better.
No, they had to do it right now because the United Kingdom knew the United States was going to attack. Israel was going to attack these people. So they want to seem, and now we have Stammer saying we support Israel, while Harry was just now supporting Palestine and Hamas. Right before the attack. Do you see this? Yeah. This is a message, a very indirect message to Hamas and Palestine from the government, saying, because it is the government, guys, saying, oh no, on the up and up right now, Keir Starmer just gave us them in Israel. Yo, we're there, you know, Iran is horrible, blah, blah, blah. We support the attack, blah, blah, blah. But then at the same time, they just had Harry the day before the attack happened say, oh, we're pro-Hamas.
To send him there is just bizarre because he's not a working royal. He's not. Tell me your opinion because I can't make head nor tail of it.
Really? Did I just read you what the ambassador said? The Israeli Minister of Foreign Affairs said he is a working royal. He holds a royal title. He didn't go in a private capacity. He went there using a royal title while he's still being featured in the British monarchy's website as part of the working members of the royal family, because there's not a separate page for members of the royal family who no longer work there. They're front and center on the landing page of the royal family. And what is the role of the royal family? Royal family members to support His Majesty the King and his things. Nothing is coincidence in these things. This was planned months.
So it just so happens then that the timing was just Just
oh yeah, there you go. Rosie's Cottage also. Yes, he let it slip. He let it slip when he did the interview. He said that this
the timing couldn't be any better then, could it, for the royal family, really?
No, but he also said in the interview, "Oh, I've been talking to Dr. Tedros for months. This was months in the plan. He let it slip."
I don't know. Do you know what?
No, he let it slip in the. No, it's true. He let it slip.
Let it slip. Yeah, but then why is it we haven't had any leaks about this?
Because Victoria, you guess you didn't watch my videos. You haven't watched my videos, because if you watch my videos, you would know the mainstream media, they embargo news. They have the news. They choose not to say them because they have an embargo of news.
Okay.
It's like when Harry went to Afghanistan, it was an Australian little station who didn't know about the embargo who let it leak. We have that lady from CBS that she had the news about Epstein, and she had it for 2 years, and CBS received from the palace. And we've had the embargo notice. And have you seen the notices sometimes that the press sends, and it says embargo until such a day?
No, haven't seen that. No.
Yes, you have. With Princess Catherine's announcement of cancer and stuff like that, the press was brief.
Sorry, no, I do apologize. Yeah, but then why were they holding back on that information though? Because why would it be so?
Because it's the mainstream media. They're all colluding with each other. Victoria. You can't trust the mainstream media anymore. I don't know. Even grown.
No, it's not that I trust them, but I just don't understand why they wouldn't put that information out, because I don't get why it would be such an issue to let people know this is what.
Because people would be very upset, because people would be very angry and would be saying, why the hell is Harry going and Meghan going to the Middle East to make things worse? Why?
That's true. And maybe there might have been lots of pushback about them going anyway.
Absolutely. They know that Harry and Meghan are toxic. And people are not stupid. People would have done their research. People would have done their research, and it would have been found out that the government was hell. Of course they are.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. Actually, the pushback would have been quite significant, and to the point where lots of people would be calling for them not to go, because again, like you said, potentially they could have exasperated the situation, and it's very polarized. So it isn't really somewhere for the likes of Meghan and Harry to be. And Meghan, I mean, her acting, if we want to move away from Harry and his interview, I don't think it was as bad as people say it was. It could have been a lot better, but I don't think it was as bad as what everybody's, well, not everybody, what some.
It was terrible. Victoria, you have no idea. No. Forget about this. Forget that is Harry. No. Forget that is Harry. No government official would have gone and said the things that they said while they're trying to get as much aid as possible inside Palestine. Inside the West Bank. Nobody would have said the things that Harry said completely out of ignorance. No politician, no diplomat would have said those words, especially if they hadn't gone to see it. You don't do that. People don't understand the significance of words. This is why when you're a diplomat, they tell you to always never say yes or no. Never make affirmative statements. Always say, thank you, I'll think about it. That sounds very interesting. Wow. Can you please send me more information? I mean, there's a list of words that they give you. There's a lot of things he could have said. He could have said, I appreciate how Israel is allowing the trip. I hope that it keeps going and increases. And, I'm glad that they're both working together. I hope it gets even more. So both parties would have felt. There's a lot of things he could have said, not what he said.
I think his words were lazy and sloppy. He is not trained to speak on political matters.
But he shouldn't be there.
Issue. Yeah, and neither of them should be there. Her especially, because she is a complete moron. I mean, did you see all the videos with her with the refugees? And the acting, the overacting, the trying to be empathetic, which just come across as so dramatic and overly done. And there's so many parts of that where I sat and cringed and thought, you really aren't a genuine person. It was a hard watch. Do you have any clips at all? Because my computer is
Oh yeah, yeah, I do. I just wanted to show you something. I'm showing you something there. If you can make it live.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. This is why you can't trust the mainstream media, Grok or Chat GPT or whatever. When did Meghan Markle go to New Zealand for the first time? Right? Meghan Markle's first visit to New Zealand was in 2014. This was a personal vacation she took as an actress while starring in Suits. Before meeting Prince Harry, she rented a camper van with a friend inspired by her co-star Gabriel Macht and spent about 2 weeks road tripping primarily through the South Island, starting in places like, well, whatever, right? But they're saying that the first time was in 2014. So I said, this is so confusing. Grok says Meghan Markle went for the first time to New Zealand in 2014. Yet Meghan Markle herself gave an interview while honeymooning in New Zealand with her first husband, Trevor Engelson, 2011, 2012, to promote Suits. Is Grok wrong or is Meghan Markle wrong? So Grok and I have to reply. And he goes, thanks for tagging me. After checking primary sources like February 2013 interview detailing the exact New Zealand camper van itinerary is already done, and New Zealand Herald reports the trip was indeed December 2011 and January 2012 with Trevor, right after their September 2011 Jamaica. Do you know what I mean? If I didn't know this information, I would have gone, oh, Meghan Markle went to New Zealand for the first time there.
No, yeah, and no, I don't. I think I do look at multiple different sources, but yeah, you're right, and it's very difficult because a lot of things do conflict, and you really have to do a real deep dive into a lot of this stuff because otherwise you can get it really wrong. And
also right. People, a lot of people say, well, Grok said this, you're wrong, because, and they don't even question that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
it's very dangerous.
Yeah, no, I know. There's so much information out there. This is where it can get very conflicting.
No. The problem is not the information, Victoria. The problem with this is that ChatGPT and any AI thing they only get what's in the mainstream media. Yeah, this is why celebrities. This is why celebrities
pull out sections from all different websites and they put it all together.
Yeah, but mostly in the mainstream media. This is why celebrities try to inundate mainstream media with articles because they know that they're gonna. That's gonna whatchamacallit. They're gonna. A ChatGPT. They only pick up news from what's out there in the mainstream media.
Yeah,
so that's why they do that.
Yeah. No, they do. It's definitely. Nowhere near correct all the time at all. But it basically pulls out what is found all over the internet and kind of collates it, and then you can kind of go through it together. What does that mean? Victoria can say something true. I don't know what that means. Princess Goose. Do let me know. Elaborate. But yes, so with regards to Meghan being there, I've heard that she wasn't actually initially meant to go. So it was his 2-day tour. However, she ended up tagging along, and this is why he looked absolutely miserable. Is that correct or incorrect?
No, she was always supposed to go. It all comes down to the security, guys. And this is why you just don't add a person like that at the last minute. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. It really does not work that way. You have no idea how much preparation goes into getting these kinds of tours. I'll give you an idea. We had this was a royal that was coming to X country for a personal vacation. Okay, a personal 5-day vacation. Even though the prince didn't have like a personal bodyguards at the time. Well, he did have only one. But we had to schedule. We were informed that he was coming 4 months in advance, and we needed the itinerary, the place he was staying, and the security, the security police, the VIP police in charge of that is notified. They go and scout. They organize with the country, that's sending the prince. And then we went to get him. And he came with a girlfriend because also we needed to know the name of the girlfriend and everything, And this was a personal vacation for 5 days. When you have a VIP like that coming for a professional for professional reasons, it's worse because you know that you're going to take them to places that are highly vulnerable or security risk. So you have to really contain things, especially in the Middle East. So you're looking at 3-4 months, and this is why, that's another reason why they didn't say that we're going for security reason, because Harry said in his book that he had murdered.
That is another angle to it. Actually, the security would have to be really, really tight for them.
No, especially for Harry, because have you forgotten that Harry said that he had killed 25?
Killed 25, yes, I remember that, and we made a little bit of not a joke about it, but we were talking about him playing Call of Duty the other day on a live, where we were thinking that he would be the one saying I've had this many kills, which is so crass and disgusting that all he talked about was that. Now, most people that have been in the army do not talk about people that they kill. It's not something that they're proud of, as far as I know. So it's a weird thing to say. It's a very dark thing to say.
It's not an illegal thing to say. You're not supposed to say that, because this is why. That was another reason, because there is that bounty on Harry's head in the Middle East for what he said. So this is one of the reasons why it was very tightly controlled where he could go in the Middle East, because he's a target because of the things that he said, because people are furious. The Taliban and everybody's so furious.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm telling you that this man is a traitor. In my opinion, this man is leak. He needed. Okay, they managed to the British embassy hosted them in a personal dinner at their ambassador's residence. That the ambassador didn't know, that the UK government didn't know. Let's erase that from our vocabulary. That is absolute BS. Okay. Because that was a huge risk for the British ambassador to have Harry and Meghan Markle there, given the fact that Harry, given to his diarrhea things that he said in that book about killing 25 people, it's a target. Okay. And his visit was by then known. So the minute that Harry's visit was known in Jordan, that increased the security level like crazy.
Yeah, and I'm glad you picked up on that, but I've not heard about the bounty on his head. So that's something that, if you have any kind of info on that would be great. Somebody here has put, Mary's put, it's 2026 already. Would love to hear some love. The heart attacks itself with so much lies and hatred and anger. Do love this year. Who you hate is living in total love. I don't think we hate anybody, Mary. I don't know if that is meant to be.
I don't hate. How can I hate Harry and Meghan Markle? I don't know them. You know what? Calling these people out is not, and exposing because what they're, and you know what? At this point, I have to say it. I don't even blame Harry and Meghan, because they're grifters. They're going to go where they're paid to go. If this little trip secure them $7 or $8 million from Pa, that's perfect. Right now, I don't blame them anymore, because everybody knows in the world what kind of people Harry and Meghan are. I blame the people who keep booking him and the UK government for keeping sending these idiots like that. And I blame Charles, of all people, for not removing their royal titles. Because if he removes the royal titles and removes them from the bloody website, that sends a message, and that completely removes any links with the royal family. It would be like Sarah Phillip. I mean, they would still get a lot of privilege because he's the king's son, but it would be like Sarah Tyndall,
Yeah. No, well, the titles, I think, because if Harry and Meghan are moving in a direction like this, I do think their titles should be removed, because again, they shouldn't be representing the monarchy the same way that Beatrice and Eugenie their titles should be taken away, because it's too close to home now. I think it's enraged a lot of us that they're still getting privileges when they were all in cahoots with their dad. And the fact that they all knew about Epstein and his devious behavior, and still continued to have contact with Epstein after his arrest, and were still so chummy with them to the point that it's sickening, then I don't think that they have the right to continue to have their titles. In fact, the royal family should be scaled back to a point where we know how they live their life is so transparent that it's almost see-through. So we get a clear indication of what type of people we have in our royal family. And I'm sorry, I know it's a very strong opinion, but I am outraged by what I've been reading in the Epstein files. And I think it is time for a complete overhaul here. I mean, I don't know if you agree with that or not, Paula. I mean, you might have a different
opinion. That they should have removed the titles when they left. I think they should have removed the titles. But the reason why they didn't do it is because they allow Fergie to exploit the titles. They allow Andrew to exploit the titles. So Meghan knows about it. This is why Meghan knows the story, because she knows. This is why Virginia Roberts called her as a witness, So it is, and I don't understand it, because people say, "Oh, it's embarrassing." No, this should be it. You don't keep a working title when you quit a job.
Tati say, "I'm sorry, what armed guards are now stopping rockets if they choose to be in dangerous areas? It's their choice. They can stay home with their kids." I agree. That is, they're putting themselves in danger there as well. Why they would do that as parents is beyond me. But also, I'm going back to that point, Paula. Who paid for their security?
Well, the government. The Jordanian government.
Oh, the Jordanian government. Okay.
No. The Jordanian government paid for everything from the private airplane, because they flew private, taking them from and to. Okay. Yeah. All their security expenses was paid by the Jordanian and UK government through the WHO.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, that's up to them if they want to pay for it. I was going to get a little bit outraged.
No, it's not, because the WHO. Okay, people don't know. Who do you think? Okay, let me give you a. How do you think the WHO? Who do you think gives them money?
The government, obviously, they're getting funded, aren't they?
All these governments are the donors. Yes. So everybody, every donor government, rather than using, and they got a couple of million too. They got a few million. Make no mistake about that. Because Harry and Meghan do not go anywhere without being paid. Okay? Yeah. There's no charity. And this is what I said, that their track record with charity or anything is terrible. So they were the worst kind of people to bring there. And this is why I said that this is what the UK wanted to send a message, that they're supporting these people, in spite of the fact that they are now attacking Iran.
Also, Tati said they took Andrew off the site. Why are they still on it after all they have done? They are working royals if on that site. So they need to take them all off of there. You're right. And I think they need to remove Andy from the line of succession, because he's 8th in line. I still don't think he should have any right to be on that list now after his just deplorable behaviour. And again,
Andrew's still Councillor of State. And the royal website.
Are you joking? I didn't even know that.
No, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you, gorgeous. I'll show it to you.
Awful, man. I just can't.
Councillor of.
You make them ambassadors. Yeah, they could make them ambassadors. You're right. I'm worried about that too, Elizabeth. That would be devastating.
I'm just trying to see the name.
I can't find it.
I'll give it to you. I have it here. Okay, I'll show you who they are. This is directly from the royal website, by the way. I have it here, Victoria.
Okay. Oh, yes. Someone mentioned earlier, I think it was Alice. She just mentioned that Meghan mentioned another tour. Alice mentioned it earlier, but we'll read this quickly. The current councillors of state are the Queen, the Prince of Wales, the Princess of Wales, the Duke of Edinburgh, the Duke of Sussex, Prince Andrew, and Princess Beatrice. In practice, only working members of royal family are called. Oh my God!
In practice, but it's not law. Okay, now that's what the line of succession says. It's not practice. The law of the Succession Act says that inside the councillors that the councillors say the first 4 royals in the line of succession over the age of 21. By the way, Prince Harry shouldn't be there, because the rule also says that only royals living in the United Kingdom are in the line are to be there as a whatchamacallit, but they don't respect that. They don't respect that. And by the way, they're still calling him Prince. I can tell you that the British monarchy, they pay a lot of your UK taxpayers money, because that website is paid for by the UK taxpayers, guys. Okay. every employee, everything. You're paying for this. You're paying for the British monarchy to have Harry and Meghan there, and they're promoting their commercial website because it says, "I'll go here to Sussex.com for their official." Why are they endorsing and promoting a private commercial website of two former royals and the landing page of the royal family?
I'm almost speechless to the point where how has this not been rectified and changed?
And they have people. They have. I know that they have about 8 people just for the website. You're telling me that they don't know how to remove prince, the word prince? It actually, you know what it does? Because I've learned a lot of this with Ron. You go into the website and you go and you can literally search the entire website. You can go to search and search Prince Andrew, and it'll highlight everywhere where you have Prince Andrew, right? And then you can immediately just delete the word that you want to delete. You don't even have to do very much.
It's insane. Actually insane. And you know, the thing is there just hasn't been enough what's the word I'm looking for, when you know you need to be very quick and address things, you know, then there and then and directly.
But they know that. They know. Please, do you know that they're doing daily updates to the website, right?
So they can definitely edit it then.
They do daily websites. They're on top of it every day. You see them changing and doing this and doing that.
It's unbelievable. It really is. I mean, I'm just going back to the point as well. I mean, the website, they need to, you know, there's a lot that King Charles is kind of slacking on, and I wonder whether it's, you know, playing devil's advocate. Is it because he's in, you know, feeling some sort of turmoil about this? Is he in two minds?
But this is not about this is the part that I don't get.
But also, is his health impacting his decisions?
No,
you know,
no. If he can't rule, he should quit. He cannot be hiding behind his health. If he is that ill that he can't make swift and correct decisions, then he shouldn't be ruling, should he? Now, no. People don't understand that maybe the problem that they're having, and I've said this many times, is that the website is called the Royal Family's website. Maybe it should be called the British Monarchy's website. Yes. Because when you change the wording and the name of a website, you frame it in a different way. You know, this is a petition that people can do in the United Kingdom, asking Parliament to change the name of the Royal Family's website to British Monarchy's website, because that is the name of the institution, is the British Monarchy. And if you are the British monarchy, you cannot have people there who are not working for the British monarchy. That would reframe everything in the correct way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And I like the fact that you pick up on the wording of things, Paula, because
I do, because that was my job. That was my job.
Well, I like that, because that's very kind of finite and that's very particular, and I like that side of you, Paula. I think that's very astute. Well, and I like the fact that you look into that with depth. But what I always take is I take away more the message sometimes than the actual detail, which maybe I should work on.
But the message would be, is like, if you're working for the British monarchy, your name will be there, right?
Yeah.
Now, did you know that the Trademark Act, the UK Trademark Act of 1994, there's a Trademark Act in 1994, which there's a specific clause and articles which ban all title royals from using their titles for commercial purposes, because it may lead to people believing that the British monarchy endorses the product or the commercial ventures themselves. So this is why the UK 1994 Trademark Act says that you would need the permission of the monarch as a titled royal to be able to use your title when you do. For example, you can use Sarah Dindal. Harry could use Henry Charles Albert David. For example, the Princess of Sweden, one of them is she has her own business, and she opened it using her Christian name. She didn't use her title because it's a commercial venue, and they didn't want people to think that the monarchy was backing that venue. Yeah. You understand? So, but there is the UK 1994 Trademark Act expressly forbids title royals from using their titles for commercial ventures. But people don't know that.
But they are peddling their commercial ventures with their titles. All of them are. They're all using their titles. Beatrice is out in the Middle East trying to make money with her title. And so is Eugenia. I don't know what they're doing, but they're pushing some sort of agenda. And again, I mean, Harry and Meghan are the worst for it. They literally use it for everything that they can get their filthy little hands on. Sorry.
Okay, let me read to you what it says here. The Trademarks Act 1994 in the UK strictly regulates the use of royal arms, devices, titles, and emblems in commercial context. Under Section 99, it is prohibited to use such symbols in business if it implies authorization, patronage, or employment by the royal family without official consent. Key details regarding the 1994 Act. Protection of royal status. The act prevents individuals or companies from using titles, emblems, or the royal arms to deceptively suggest they are endorsed or employed by the monarch or a member of the royal family. Commercial restriction. This applies to any trade or business, meaning unauthorized use and advertising, branding, or services is illegal. Consent needed. Any use of these protected symbols for commercial purposes requires permission from the royal household, often facilitated by the Lord Chamberlain's offices. Penalty. Contravention of these rules can lead to injunctions and potential legal action to stop the use. Scope. The act protects but is not limited to the royal arms, specific royal titles, and imagery that might mislead the public. While primarily designed to protect against false endorsement, the 1994 Act ensures the royal brand is strictly controlled. This is why Meghan said, remember when she clapped back to the Queen, you don't own the word royal. Well, fuck you, she does. Our Queen owned the word. She's royal. The Queen was it, you know?
It's unbelievable what they're getting away with, and I think that they're in really murky waters at the moment. You know, this is not going to go down well. It was already bad enough with the Colombian and the Nigerian tour. You know, it's just all very messy, and I don't understand why they're doing it. I don't understand why they keep thinking that they can tour the world and think that they are some sort of humanitarian goddesses and God. They are not. They are not. And I think that they really thought that by going there, public opinion would sway because of what's going on with the royal family. Doesn't mean that one is better than the other, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yeah. I am here.
Like you're frozen for a minute. It's my bloody internet. Yes, the Hamas Houthis need to go away. Don't know what that means. Yeah, Houthis, Hamas Houthis need to go away. Okay. You're still there, Paula?
I am here, sweetie.
Okay, yeah, you're just frozen. That's all. Okay, so there was mention. Alice mentioned that Meghan mentioned another tour. Have you got wind of another tour, and where will that be if you do know anything about it?
No, not yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay, so there could quite possibly be another one. And how did you feel about Meghan talking to a refugee with a prosthetic leg?
Meghan wasn't even listening to this lady.
But isn't it very weird and wonderful that at the same time, again, her dad is just about to have one fitted on himself? It's quite a contradiction to how she feels about him. But she's very happy to sit by the bedside of someone that she doesn't know.
It is absolutely disgusting. It is really absolutely disgusting. You know, where is her father? Are they going to give him a prosthetic leg?
Well, apparently they're giving him a prosthetic leg, yes, but it's
no, but not Harry and Meghan. Not Harry and Meghan.
No, or they're not helping him with it. No, but then she's quite happy to help somebody that. I mean, it's great to help people anyway, but you're not going to help your family first. You know, your family's kind of important. You know, that's the first protocol is to support your family and be there for somebody.
No, but her father who gave her everything. Her father gave her everything, and then she sent a video to have film when she sent him a letter denigrating him.
Yes, yeah, I know. She sent him a letter. Yeah. No, I know. What did the letter entail? Is this a different letter?
Well, Mr. Markle didn't say anything. He hasn't spoken about it.
Okay.
So, Meghan Markle, I guess she wanted him to snitch or say something, but apparently the letter was pretty nasty, telling him that he's causing her a lot of problem, and that because he went and blab, now everybody's harassing her, and that apparently she even blamed him for her shitty brand, even doing worse than it is. This Harry and Meghan are two idiots that shouldn't have any royal titles, because again, I just read you the Trademark Act, because yes, people think, unfortunately, not everybody's gonna think or have the forethought of thinking, well, they're not really royal family. What do you mean? He's the Duke of Sussex. He came here in that capacity. He didn't come as Henry Charles Albert David. No. He went there as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And they were hosted by the British ambassador. They were thanked officially and openly by the British ambassador.
Why do you think the king still continues to let them represent then? Because
I think he just hates William. I'll tell you, I think he hates William.
Do you? Oh, wow. That's quite a statement.
Yeah, I think he hates William.
Why do you believe that?
Because of his actions, sweetie. Of his action. King Charles is a very narcissistic man. He's a very indulgent man. He's very ignorant. He's very arrogant. Nobody tells him what to do. He made the queen's life miserable with all his demands and his weakness and his wimpy thing. I can't stand it. And I'm being open about it. I can't stand them. I don't like weak, corrupt men. I don't.
Well,
I couldn't say it any clearer, can I?
I don't know about that. I don't know how he would. Why would they hate each other?
Well, King Charles has always loved the attention for himself. That was his main problem with Princess Diana.
Okay, so you're talking about jealousy then?
Of course.
Is that what you mean?
Okay. He knows that everybody wanted William to take care of.
Because King Charles has never been as popular as a lot of other royals, especially with Diana. She was very popular, wasn't she, in comparison?
Well, how is he going to be popular with the way he's behaved and acted, with the friendships he's held?
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, I have never really had that kind of insight before, but have you done any videos on this?
I want to show you something. Because we were talking about the difference between Princess Catherine and Meghan, and I thought that this video, this lady put this together. This is absolutely magnificent.
Let's watch it.
You know what I mean? Let me show you another one. Look at William here. I love this picture. And look at Catherine there. See?
Yeah, they did a visit today in Wales. Was it today or the other day?
Look how kids are there. There's there were kids in the rain waiting for Catherine. Look, everybody's there. See the difference between that and Meghan Markle? Meghan Markle, look at William. I'm looking at you to get Aston Villa's fame. But look at Princess Catherine. See the difference? How look at this. This is the same little girl that gave the necklace to Catherine. She sure got around. She went everywhere.
They really need to. They really need to come into their own now. And I think Charles has had his time. King Charles, we never really took to. I mean, I always thought he was a bit of an awkward person as a young child. Anyway, probably, I don't know. There was something about him that was off. And I don't think the Diana situation helped him very much either.
Look at Princess Catherine. I mean, when you look at this is Meghan. See? Okay, you want to see this? Okay, clinging to Harry. She's angry she was not put in the middle. Because she was not put in the middle, she made sure that the camera was on her by by being in a very awkward position, which is clinging to Harry. So your eye goes to her because she's clinging to somebody. Look at Harry's hands. See? As she posed normally, like the rest of people, you wouldn't look at her. But because she's clinging to Harry, then your eyes go to that person, right?
Yeah, yeah. They do, and you're right. And he doesn't. His body language is so off. He doesn't seem engaged at all. He doesn't seem happy. He seems miserable.
Oh, look at this one. This is very interesting too.
Disconnected.
Harry knows that they are in Ramadan, and there's no that you shouldn't be touching people. She's trying to get the hand. Harry doesn't want it, you know, because and it's not about that she needs him. It's about control and projecting a narrative. It's about control and projecting a narrative.
She's not done her research in regards to how she should conduct herself in certain places.
Yeah, no.
No, but she didn't do that in Nigeria either. She wasn't covered up. Again,
when she got out of that car, when she got out of the car with that completely naked back and arms, I was like, my jaw dropped to the floor. I was like, because the guy, and then she went and hugged the man. You're not supposed to do that. And the man, because you're in the public eye.
Yeah. No, I know. You're not. There's lots of protocols that you should do because it's respectful. When you enter somebody else's country, you should conduct themselves in the way that is expected, because it's very important to know where you're going and how to behave. If you don't like that behavior there, you don't have to be there.
But look, Princess Catherine is being mobbed by all these kids, so she's a cool mom because the kids want a picture with her.
Right. They exude beautiful energy, don't they? They really do. They are quite, they are the
there's one that I really like where they are their kids, and this is the Duchess of Edinburgh. Look at the kids. Look at the difference. Look at the I loved her clothes. Oh, I loved her dresses. She looked so pretty. Look at all the kids. See the difference? All the kids are running away from Meghan Markle. Look at the Princess Catherine here. She's playing.
She's got a natural, really, isn't she? She really is a natural.
I mean, this woman, her and Prince William. Look at the lady, how she's looking at William. What a lusty old woman. Terrible. I should be looking at him like that. No.
I think you are looking at him like that. Paula.
I am. Look at the Duchess of Edinburgh. She's so pretty. This woman, and she looks like Diana, right? Especially when she married the Duke of Edinburgh. Look at that. Look at the Princess of Wales. Look at her. This is this is the dress I really love, and she was doing. Look at that. Look at that picture.
Yeah, no, it looks fun. It looks great. I love how they just go about their business unbothered, and they're just carrying on with focusing on what they're doing.
Look at the Duchess of Edinburgh. She's so pretty. Look at them there. I want to show you a clip. I think this is the one they're in the rain. No, that's not it. But I want to show you a clip that Meghan Small did. Look at William. All the women were going after him. It was like, it's so cute, like this is but the problem, this is the Duchess of Edinburgh, right? She's going on a red carpet. But I'm going to show you Meghan Small because this is funny what she did. Look, this is very important. Meghan Markle is told not to go on the red carpet, right? Too bad that they cut. I have the original thing. She was not supposed to be there. I have the original video. She's been told to move and go away. She's not supposed to be walking near Harry. Right? But I'm going to show you the other one. So she just goes on the red carpet. She's not supposed to be there. But I want to show you the one that Meghan Small does because I just thought it was funny. And by the way, Chelsea Davis is pregnant with a third child.
Okay.
Let me show you. Look at these little girls. Please say hi to the kindness kids. This is for Princess Catherine, of course. And this is Meghan Markle, who manages to make a Zara. Look how pretty that Zara jacket is. She manages to make it look even cheaper. And the press is, oh my God, she wore affordable thing. Do they know that she threw a sayonara Zara party when she thought she'd made it to get rid of all her Zara clothes?
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah, she threw a sayonara Zara party where she gave away her clothes because she thought she'd made it big on Suits. But I want to show you something here because this literally sums it up. I'm going to go to Meghan Smalls here. So I just thought this is perfect, okay? Meghan and Prince Harry stayed in Kate and William's favorite 3,000 a night hotel suite on their quasi-royal tour of Jordan, okay? And she goes ahead first. Okay, I want to show you something here. See, the woman goes and blocks her. See? She's not saying hi. This is her in Nigeria. Look how she just gave it away and just ignored it. Yeah, it's not interesting. It's like, look at Harry, the alarming baldness, right? But I want to show you this. This is her here, sitting in the middle. She's looking at the camera, by the way. She's the only one looking at the camera.
She's very camera focused, and she makes sure she's in the angles. That is not a real, is it? That can't be.
But it's funny.
It's funny, but it's not real.
Meghan Small. I should go to Meghan Small Media because she has a thing that I wanted to show you. She did this video where she put them side by side with the Duchess of Edinburgh walking on the red carpet and Meghan Markle forced to walk off the red carpet, because the Duchess of Edinburgh, because she went representing she doesn't have it here. Oh, well. But you know what I mean? It's like, it's unbelievable what we're watching here right now. Look at the Duchess of Edinburgh. I mean, and this is what Harry and Meghan put at sunset. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex joined World Health Organization officials and embassy staff at the British ambassador's residence for iftar, the breaking of the fast, as day one closed with renewed sense of urgency and resolve. The challenges facing Jordan and the wider region are immense, but so too is the leadership, ingenuity, and humanity. Word salad.
Yeah.
Working on the front lines, Archwell remains committed. By the way, Archwell hasn't filed their taxes.
No, that's what I wanted to ask you about, was the taxes as well, because they say that they've donated a hell of a lot to Gaza, and
we don't know because they haven't. When did they do that?
The different amounts that they've meant to have donated, but we haven't got any proof of that.
No, because they haven't filed their taxes.
Yeah. Well, interestingly, are they not going to get? Will nothing come of that, because they have a time limit on when they can finish that
by April.
Yeah,
and the thing is that people keep saying that they renamed Archwell Foundation. No, they didn't. They opened a whole new one because they applied for a trademark. If you already have an existing foundation and all you want to do is change the name, then you inside because, for example, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Prince Harry Royal Foundation, and then they added Meghan Markle, and then they changed the name to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex Royal Foundation. That's how they named it, because they included Meghan Markle and Harry, right? Mm-hmm. So they didn't need to open a new one, because that's what she did. And I'll show you guys. I don't know why people keep saying they rebranded, trademark. Let me see. Trademark USPTO. Let me see. USPTO here. I'll search it and I'll show you Archwell. Okay. I'll show you Archwell and you'll see that it is, and we're going to find out in real time here. Pending. Let me see. I'll show you first this and then look at this. You can share it.
Yeah, sorry. I was just going to say, Leslie, it does say donations, but not pledges on some of these Middle East contributions, donations. So it's interesting that you say that. I know a lot of pledges have been made, but they're meant to be actual donations to some of these humanitarian charities. Sorry, go on. Read it off, Paula.
Are you sharing?
I am.
Okay, you see, you have the Archwell Foundation here. Guess who owns it? Cobblestone Lane LLC, because Meghan Markle said she wanted to do Archwell Philanthropies because of her kids. Her kids are not named anywhere. The owners are Cobblestone Lane LLC, and it's still pending. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna open it, because when you open it, it opens on another window, and I'm gonna share it right now, the window. Okay, guys, so you guys can see it. So you see, it's a whole new thing. So I don't understand why people say, oh, they've been rebranded. No. So it goes, live application, awaiting examination. It hasn't even been assigned to an examiner.
No.
It says, and it's been what, since December? Because they applied for it on December 19th, and we can show the history here, guys. Okay, I'll show you. Mark information, philanthropies. The mark consists of standard characters without any particular, philanthropies. Goods and services, related information, ownership, they only have that. And I'm going to show you here, for example, prosecution history. It goes, December 19th, new application entered the very same day they announced it. And they have that nasty habit of doing that they announce when they apply for things rather than wait until they have it sorted out. This is what happened with American Riviera Orchard, right? And then they go, application filing receipt mailed. New application office supply data entered. This is all they've done. They haven't even had, and it says here, the trademark application has been accepted by the office, has met the minimum filing requirement, and has not yet been assigned to an examiner.
But this is insane, because this has been going on for such a long time now. It needs to be rectified, and we need to get some transparency with this as well.
Yeah, but what they're doing, so to me, it drives me crazy when people are saying, oh, they're renaming it. No, they're opening a whole new thing. I even did a thing with Pidina.
Yeah, it is new. Yeah. No, it is new. You're right. That is wrong, and it's been misrepresented in the media that it's been changed name. It hasn't changed name.
Yeah, and the thing is that because that actual philanthropies, even with the Department of Justice of California, they need to trademark it and put it first before they can register with the Department of Justice. This is why if you go to the Department of Justice and you look at the charities filed, you won't find actual philanthropies. And no. they haven't gotten the tax exempt status either, because they have to submit the taxes for Archwell Foundation, because the same company who owns Archwell Foundation and the rest of things also owns Colville Stone, also owns Archwell Philanthropies. And the name of the kids are not there, because Meghan said that it was for the kids. Then you would have put the kids' names. I will show you this about I'll show you this, the Royal Foundation, okay? The names of Prince and Princess Catherine are there, and with the last name. And the last name is Mountbatten Windsor. Okay, I'll show you. Let me just get that related information.
Yes, thank you, HRH. That is correct. You're all right. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to show you this. So you see that they use last names. They use the last name for the Royal Foundation, okay? Here. This is, are you sharing?
I am indeed.
This is the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. They used to have and Prince Harry. And then they changed it to and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Now they applied and they removed Meghan and Harry. Okay, so guess who's here? Name, portrait, consent. The name shown in the mark identifies His Royal Highness William Arthur Philip Louis Mountbatten Windsor, the Duke of Cambridge, and Her Royal Highness Catherine Elizabeth Mountbatten Windsor, the Duchess of Cambridge, whose consent to register is made of record. You see they use last names?
Yep.
The owner name is the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, the United Kingdom.
Okay. Can they do that?
Can they do what?
Well, how comes they can use that name then for that instead of using their actual...
No, they're the people who own, they're the component people, and they have to use last names there if they're filing it in the United States.
Okay, that's fine.
Because the United States doesn't really recognize titles, but they're using the titles because this is going to be a worldwide thing. So they're trademarking it worldwide.
Okay, I see. It's okay, worldwide. Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we will find out by the end of April, I suppose, what happens with their tax and whether they will go to prison.
You know, it's so funny, like all the kids coming after Princess Catherine, and yet all the kids are going to Meghan, can't touch this. Dun, 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 dun. Donna. I want to show you guys something before we go, because I just thought this was hot.
I know. I've seen your little video. You are in heat at the moment, Paula, I think.
No, I just think. Wait, I'm gonna because the song is really cool. I did a really cool song, but guys, we have to go with this.
Yeah, it was. I'll give you that.
I took it with the music. Just show it.
I'm going to. I've seen it. You saw.
But people haven't seen it. So let's last after William. That's what he's there for.
Press play, girl.
Look at that walk. He licks his lips. Come on, you can do it, boy. There we go. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. This man is fine.
I think you're in love.
Isn't this man gorgeous?
I think your loins are lustful. Your loins
I just love a good-looking guy. You know, I just love a good-looking guy. Okay. His walk, everything. You know, I love it. I love him. I think he's gorgeous. Anyway, thanks for having me.
Paula, I absolutely adore you. It's been brilliant. Luke doesn't.
Again, this is not about politics.
Agree with you. Luke doesn't.
For people to understand, my video is never about politics. When I did with Harry and Meghan, my video was about how he inserted himself in a situation he knew nothing about, had never been there. You know what I mean, Victoria? It's not. No, when you're going to talk about
it was a clumsy speech, but I think the premise held some weight.
But also, Victoria, also who's giving the message? This is a man with a horrible track record, so that made it even worse.
Yeah, the mouthpiece is important, and you know, especially with a lot of what's going on with them in the press, it probably wasn't the best of ideas for them to be there. At all, and I agree with you. You know, and I'm glad we had our little discussion. I love debating with you, Paula. It gets really.
Well, I don't know why people don't like to debate anymore. You know,
it's brilliant because we're still friends and we don't have to agree on everything.
Well, why wouldn't we be friends? You know what?
I'm saying some people
polarizing.
Some people will fall out over the most stupid things.
Yeah, because they're like 20 or 30. I'm 57. I'm
no,
generous.
I know, but you know, some people just if you don't agree with you, they don't want to know. It's crazy. You don't have to agree on everything.
Yeah, I don't agree with you. I'm not your friend anymore. So what? You don't agree? Don't agree.
No, but some people are like that. You know, this is the problem. This is the world we're living in. Everybody gets.
I hate this stupid cup. You know, Victoria.
It feels very. Everybody doesn't feel. What's the word I'm looking for? Everything becomes very sensitive sometimes, or you feel like you can't express yourself the way that you like to, and that it needs to go back to how we were before, where we could talk openly without it becoming a big issue.
Having difference of opinions is great. It makes your mind grow.
100%, and I love that we both have different opinions on things. That's what makes the world go round. I appreciate everyone on the side chat. You're an absolute legends. Thank you for being so kind. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and if you can, like, subscribe, and obviously subscribe to Paula, because I'm sure most of you are anyway, but if you're not, hit the subscribe button. And also, guys, if you remember, there are emojis that you can use with being a member. I don't know if they work, so let me know in the next live if they work, because I don't think they've been showing up. So let me know, and I'll speak to Ron and get the tech side sorted out. All right, guys.
I did a video today with Ron. About.
I saw that, the Jim
Carrey. Isn't that insane?
His face has changed quite dramatically, hasn't it? It's almost like
even his speech and his voice.
What's going on there? Is that work, or is that something different? Because I think
I don't think it's work, because even his eyes. People say, "Oh, his eyes are hazel." No, his eyes. If you go to his thing, it says brown. And now he's got green eyes. And Jim Carrey has never kissed the awards.
So it's an extreme possibility that
personality change. Yeah, you see, Luke Toffee's apples are not him. I think it's a body double. Go watch my video and let me know what you think, guys. I think it's a body double. I think it's an impersonator.
Wow. I mean, that's an extreme kind of thought, isn't it? If that is happening, because I know there's lots of talks of clones out there, but that is another rabbit hole for another day, I think. But yeah, he does look different, I'll tell you that much. All right, girl, I love you. I'll see you soon, and I'll see you next Friday, because we'll do Fridays every We'll do 9 o'clock every
Yes,
Friday.
go cheat on me. I know you've been
I will
cheating
cheat
on
on
me
you
all
all
over the
week,
net.
and I'll be
I
back-
saw you. I see you.
I'm cheating on you all week, and I'll be back Friday. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye, guys.
Love you lots. Bye. 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 Thanks, everybody in the side chat. Lots of love. I'll see you on Monday. Hope, fingers crossed.